Doctor, I know this isn't your patient, but everybody else has left. I was the only doctor left on the ward for the last 2 hours of my shift. And weirdly, I hadn't realised, because I think you get so caught up in what you're doing, or you're seeing a patient, and you're kind of not as aware of kind of what's going on around you and who's about. I did realise though that one of my colleagues had left a little while ago because they said they'd finished all their jobs and they were able to leave the ward, which was fine. And that was kind of up to them, but I knew that I had a lot of things kind of on my list that I still had to do. And I was a little bit kind of frustrated with that because I thought it would have been nice kind of if you'd kind of given me a bit of a hand with some of the other jobs. But at the end of the day, that was up to them and that was fine. And I know there'll be a time later on where I'll perhaps be less busy and they'll be busy as well. But I think I'd be keener to kind of give them a hand and sort of so we can both get the jobs done together. But now I was kind of the only doctor there, so I was looking after around 30 patients for the last couple of hours. And there were people who needed cannulas put in, sort of giving antibiotics and talking to other families who I hadn't previously met because I hadn't previously been looking after them. So that was difficult, sort of meeting totally new people and having to quickly sort of get an update on each patient from the nurses. But I suppose really lessons that I'll take from it is that even though kind of you can make excuses and say, oh, I haven't been looking after them, they're not my patient, that's no excuse, because when the family are there waiting, they've travelled a long way and they would need an update on their family member, you can't just say, oh, they're not sort of my problem. You've got to go in and sort of know about the patient and be able to talk to them about it. And that team around me as well, so the really experienced nurses who, I know it's only been a couple of weeks for me, but they're the ones that have got a lot of the knowledge and sort of the know-how, so I'm still learning a lot from them. So I've got bank holiday weekend coming up, and I'm working some long hours, but I'll let you know what happens.